Hey everybody, we are here for another best of one Throne of Eldraine draft. We don't have the gold for it today, we're only at 1900 gold, but I have a hard stop at around noon today that I want to hit, and that means I don't want to risk an extra long grind fest in best of three, so we're going to pay our 750 out of our nice healthy bankroll of 20 plus K gems in our free-to-play account to take on all comers with a best of one here. And before I do, I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom, cardkingdom.com, which you can access via my affiliate link down below in my panels. They are purveyors of physical Magic gear. Anything you need for your tabletop game, you're going to find it at Card Kingdom. You're going to see competitive prices. You're going to get excellent shipping and excellent customer service. And as I keep banging on this drum, reliability. You are going to get what you expect when you expect it. And as I've had a lot of experiences with unreliable Magic sellers, finding reliable ones is a godsend, and Card Kingdom is just such a place. So if you just want to have a great, reliable source for your tabletop game stuff, keep Card Kingdom on your list, and keep my affiliate link maybe bookmarked. You know, if you ever shop there and shop with my affiliate link, it really helps out my channel too. So if you want to support the stream and you need physical Magic stuff anyway, get it via my affiliate link and you'll really be helping me out. So thanks to Card Kingdom for their support, and thanks to you for your viewership and support. And I also, of course, want to mention that Card Kingdom is running a charity tournament right now. Maybe you don't want to give money to me, but you'll give money to Serious Fun Children's Network, which funds camps for seriously ill children so that sick kids can get the amazing camp experience they so deserve, and it's all paid for. They never have to pay anything at the Serious Fun Children's Network camps. So help out some sick kids have a full, rich life experience that they deserve, and click on that charity link. Help out my page with that cause, and it'll actually help me upcoming with the battle on October 27th on the Card Kingdom stream, where we're going to play out some decks that we have created for this event. So let's do that. Razor says, good luck high five was talking about getting a bonus card if they broke 2000. Do we? 2000 what? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking about here drafting, not the charity event. There's other rules to the charity event that, but it's like a bonus sideboard card, I think. I don't know. I'm going to make it to 2000, but if I do, I'll figure out what I get from it. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's jump in. Oh, let me get some audio too. Hopefully the audio is working today. Let's find out. It's been killed on purpose for now, but now we should be hearing it. Are you with me? You hear that? Set of words, you got it. You're always going to get the logical answer from me, at least logical to the best of my ability. Vantress Gargoyle is an excellent playable and a rare, so you know I love that. I usually take the rare anyway for gem considerations. Gotten some pushback. There was somebody yesterday and somebody a few weeks ago who were like, I don't like that you rare draft for gems instead of taking the best card for your deck every time. And I just want to explain that I run this account. What we're trying to do here is model the types of behaviors and decisions that will optimize a player who wants to draft as much as they can for as little as little dollars as they can on Arena. And so I try to show how to approach that in a maximizing gems mentality, not even maximizing your win percentage per se. And I continue to maintain that individual commons especially tend never to have the impact on your deck that you think they do in terms of win percentage, such that it's almost always correct in a kind of generic common situation from a gem standpoint to take rare when you can to extract those gems from it eventually out of the 4X system. But I always ultimately preach people doing what they want to do to have the most fun possible. So I get it if you're not into chasing the gems like we are here, but I feel it's important to model what I think is statistically correct drafting behavior to optimize your gem income for free-to-play drafting. So that's what we do here. Yeah, the simplicity wants to maximize the experience. Well, it's your goal to maximize the experience. Why are you telling me what my goal is? My goal is to maximize gem income. Suck it, right? I mean, I want to do what the people want, but I think the reputation I have is of demonstrating this, and so I want to keep doing that. Anyway, let's go. And to that end, we could take a Doom Foretold here. Best cards for the deck would be Sage of the Falls heading into Blue Mill is pretty good. And this is what I'm talking about. I think this is close. This is not just a generic common that does one thing, like one removal spell or whatever. This is somewhat of an engine for a whole deck. So yeah, you could make an argument for a Sage of the Falls, but we could also, yeah, we could just take Doom Foretold and shake it out a little bit more here. Here is some more support for heading down the blue path. Maybe we wheel Runaway Together or Didn't Say Please. So we'll snap up Sir Eleonora here. Dragonfire is good too, but Eleonora matches our one of our playable rares, so let's do that. And you know, it was funny also that I got the comment of why do you rare draft on a draft where I went 7 wins? I mean, it's one data point. I'm not saying I win 7 times every time, but I thought it was pretty interesting. It's like, I want to see you draft for real as you win 7 times. Anyway. So Tiny versus Witching Well, or possibly even a Paladin. You know, Sir Eleonora can be quite an attacker in the right situation. You could just go, this is a pretty big heavy blue, mono blue payoff card, but probably just want Witching Well and So Tiny. And with the way the bots draft, I bet one of these wheels. But we have Sir Eleonora. I'm going to go with So Tiny here. And I really don't see anything else even competing with the blue we're seeing so far. Like, there's some playables down here, but we've been pushed pretty hard into the blue. So let's grab a So Tiny. This is feeling less and less likely to be a real playable. Glass Casket, pretty late here. And white has been open enough that you can take some risks on it and be rewarded, I've found. Yeah, Scalding Cauldron is a fine option too. Queen of Ice continues to shut off blue to the left, which could help us keep some bots out of it, I suppose. But I don't think they rank Queen of Ice pretty highly. Yeah, Fruit is Tempting Fruit, no kidding. That's a fine playable here. But Cauldron and Queen continue to keep us pretty wide open. So let's take... Yeah, Cauldron and Queen are kind of similar level to me. They're both middling at what they do. This is middling removal. This is middling interaction / creature. We'll go ahead and take the Cauldron, though. That's fine. Runaway Together. Haven't seen any Secret Keepers yet, but I don't think they've updated the bots, so we can expect to get ones in the future that happen to come our way. And our other option might be a Guide Mother, which I don't see. This Guide Mother and what we have so far don't match up very well to me, so I'm just going to take Runaway Together here. And kind of hope that we pick up some Secret Keepers now. Here's a So Tiny that can keep us down the single color path. Yeah, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifact enchantments, but clear Secret Keeper here. Overwhelmed Apprentice or a Sanctuary. With where we're going, Sanctuary looks like it'll do its thing, but I think I'm just going to take the Apprentice. We'll get more chances at Sanctuaries, I think. I'm going to take the uncommon. It's close, though. I think that's a close one. All right, Raider coming back around is a great sign for us. And both of these came back, which we were also talking about. So it looks like we are maybe one of the only blue drafters. And there might be one to our right, to our left, so maybe we'll get cut off a little bit in pack 2. But I think this is quite good. And we do have one run away together already. So yeah, we'll take Didn't Say Please here. I don't see any of these making the deck, even if these become our second color, but I'll throw Return to Nature in the board. And same with the Pheasant. Well, we're mono blue after 1. Pretty wide open. Probably going to wheel this Secret Keeper and the Runaway together. So I'm probably just going to rare draft here. Wouldn't mind the taking the Runaway together and wheeling the Secret Keeper, or the other way around, but I'm taking Gems. Yeah, Castle is strong. We're unlikely to play it. I'm going to throw it right in the board. Fairy Vandal. It's not like we have a ton of interactions here to draw 2, but even a Tome Raider or a Eleonora, those are going to get it done. So we'll take the Vandal and try and pick up some more stuff to make it bigger. We don't really have any, we don't even have a second color, and I don't see anything here pulling me into it. So yeah, this is a Vandal. Yeah, looking for eggs now. Eggs help with the Vandal. All right, here's a Sage of Falls that we could pick up for our deck. You can also just get this Lock Dragon. We're nearly mono blue. So, I mean, we are mono blue now. We could be mono blue. Sage gets this Fairy Vandal really big. Right now, we're not even really a mill deck. We have just the one Secret Keeper, although we're expecting to wheel a second. I'm going to go with the Dragon here, I think. Yeah, Razor. This is the mill card. This is the we might not be mill. What am I singing? To the extreme, I rock the mic like a vandal. That? Maybe I'm... No, actually, sorry, I'm wrong. You're right. It's not really a mill card. So I was thinking of it as its role in the archetype of the draw card, not the mill. I take it back. The uncommon that I was considering over the Dragon isn't really a mill card. That was just me messing up my brain on what those cards do. To the extreme, I rock the mic like a vandal, light up the stage, whack, jump like a candle, dance. Oh, is that better? Moonlit Scavenger seems fine here. We have Cauldron, a couple of So Tinies. This is going to bounce stuff. Charm Sleep is going to edge out the Golden Egg for me. Egg certainly helps with, Fairy Vandal or whatever, but Charm Sleep is right on target. Not much going on here. Maybe we take a Forever Young to protect against being milled ourselves. We're closing in on trying to wheel that Secret Keeper. I'm going to put this here for now. We could grab a Griffin as if we wanted to go light white, we could add to the flyers and try to end up being kind of a win in the air kind of deck with dragons, etc. Because, yeah, we're not heavy mill right now. Let's look at the curve, too. I guess we're low on 2s. Let's take a unexciting but ultimately playable Merfolk. Yeah, Merchant is decent if we just want to end up doing actually some of this draw 2. Castle art. Yeah, here's our sideboard. Nothing much. I'm just gonna take Merfolk. These are both fine, but oh, here, let me get into the draft view. Sorry about that. That should help. Here's the sideboard again, given that. Yeah, I could see a pivot into blue-red draw. But if so, the Merchant, well, I'm just going to take the Merfolk. Monitor. All right, here's the Secret Keeper we expected to wheel, along with the Runaway Together we expected to wheel. Let's take the Secret Keeper, and while we might not even be this heavy mill deck, we can still be a ahead of you on deck damage deck, you know? Yeah, the Rummager dude was an entirely defensible pick. I just didn't go for it. I decided to stick to the mono blue plan. But if you were on board the grab a red card, I understand. Move this out. I don't think we're doing any of that. Might do this before any. Definitely not doing Paladin. Here's just an uncommon. Here's a castle we can take as the rare. Again, wheeling this Secret Keeper. What are we giving up to do that? Almost nothing. We don't even, like, we're giving up a queen, basically. If we're staying mono blue, we don't even care about, we're just taking gems over a queen. So yeah, we're gonna rare draft again. That one is our second copy of that card, so we might want to go craft up on that one. We have, oh, we only have 2 rares, so we could, no, we couldn't craft up to full yet on that anyway. Probably just want the vision here. Yeah. No rare bombs for us, but we have a lot of tools here. I'm not unhappy with how this is going. Probably wheel this and this. We'll just take the, didn't say please, though. Yeah, we could have taken the red damage spell too. That's true. Oh, Clover. Yeah, we should take. Sorry, I kind of glossed over Clover, but we only have the one. We're going to wheel one more Secret Keeper, and don't think we have anything else, but that's really enough. Clover plus Secret Keeper is a lot of milling. And we'll probably get the didn't say please back anyway. The idea, Calvados, is to craft up to 4 so that the one you draft actually gets you gems, but it depends on whether you're collection building or not, too. Yeah, we might start attacking with a Clover or a Cauldron. That would be pretty cool. Let's take that over the Sage of the Falls here. Nice trio here. What do we need the most? Didn't say please. We have 2 so tiny. We have 1 Runaway Together and 1 didn't say please. We're likely to wheel this a second didn't say please. And we also have a Charmed Sleep. So I think Runaway Together is where we want. Yeah, now that we have the Clover, we want to try and find as many ways to redo the Secret Keeper as we can. Well, maybe knowing we're going to get this one changes that, but I'm actually fine with a 3rd Runaway Together even. If we end up with a 3 Secret Keepers, 3 Runaway Togethers, and a Lucky Clover is a mill deck right there. Raider is fine. There's suggestions of taking the rack because we have animating fairy, but I don't think that's actually correct still when we have a pick like the Tome Raider here. If there was the Tome Raider were some random card that wasn't in blue, I would take the weapon rack, but I still think we're on Raider here. And Raider here. And here's the Secret Keeper we wanted on the wheel. We got it back. Although that's it. We're done. We're on a mere 3 Secret Keepers in this draft. I don't know how you expect us to get anywhere. Maybe River Turtle is actually what this kind of deck wants more than anything like Prophet or whatever. We just want to block. I don't think we're going to play this, though, so I'm throwing it in the board. And here's the Didn't Say Please we expected and the Backup Apprentice option, but I think we're just on Didn't Say Please. Having 2 of those is nice. If I were trying to win with damage, I might like the Mantle Atlas, but we are really just trying to... No, we just wheeled it, Silo. The 3rd we just wheeled. We'll take another Merfolk, but we're trying to win through... Well, 3rd So Tiny or 3rd Didn't Say Please. Let's see. Let's actually do a poll, a meaningful poll on Pack 3, Pick 13. And Say versus So. I say so. A little bit more on the Didn't Say Please side of town. Jay Watt, they've heard me. I know they know my opinion, that's for sure. All right. Let's see. I am not, so if you were if you had extra rares, so what you could do to extract gems out of your wild cards is, let's say you had 3 copies of Doom Foretold. Well, you could go to your collection right now before the draft finishes, craft a 4th copy of Doom Foretold, and then when you leave the draft, this copy becomes your 5th copy and you get gems for it. The cost of doing that is that you've used up a wild card. If you actually wanted a rare for your constructed deck or whatever, you should just do that. But if you're here only to draft and you don't care about your collection at all, then you're going to want to find ways to turn your extra wild cards into gems, since they're not useful to you as a non-constructed player. So that's what that's about. I'm not going to do that now. We don't need to actually rare draft. We don't need to do that with rares on this account because we're going to 4x our rares naturally over the course of the format. So there's no need to rush to extract gems out of these wild cards right now in this draft. We're going to get the wild cards over the gems over time by just naturally filling out our 4x. But we did get a 20. Do you think that there's any chance this season's bot drafts will prompt WotC to reprioritize human drafts? I think so. I hope so. I'm not the only one pounding the table for it, and the community is making it pretty clear what they would like to see on this front. So I kind of expect WotC to reconsider their position a bit. I hope they do. Let's check our numbers overall here. 16, 12. Hey, Queen, welcome. Yeah, we got on. We did average for keepers for, you know. And also we knew, like, we were kind of headed down the mono blue path or heavy blue path very late into pack 1, such that we knew that we'd kind of lost half a pack of secret keepers because they just weren't there. So Calvato says, yeah, if you want to max gems, I could see crafting up to 4. If you just want to max 4x, I would make the drafted copy the 4th in the collection. But at that point, if you want a 4x, just craft the rares you actually want to use in Constructed. I understand Mabinap, who's like, I hate playing against decks like yours. I hate playing against decks like mine. You've all seen me get salty and ranty about it. Yeah, we can do 16 lands. Somebody also in YouTube chat at one point, here, let me go to deck building, like was saying, hey, you should be playing, you've got 4 or 5 drops or whatever, you should be playing 17 lands. Well, 17 lands is not necessarily about 5 and 6 drops or whatever. It's about needing enough sources of both your colors to hit everything. And in that case, we had like 4 card draw spells as well too, but we don't really have that here. So maybe we should be 17. We're going for a Scavengers. Animating Fairy, unfortunately didn't get anything else sweet to animate, but maybe, is this still worth it? Would you still run this just with the chance of this? I kind of think it's like maybe not what we're doing actually. We can cut one of the Merfolk, yeah. I don't think the Merfolk is not a better blocker than the Corridor Monitor. Yeah, I think we can cut the Animating Fairy, unfortunately. I was excited about its potential, but I think we have some air defense in Lock Dragon, but I guess our air defense is pretty junky. We just have these Tome Raiders. So there is that, but also this is pretty junky as air defense too. This does that just as well. Hey, Rob. Rob's in Arizona now. Such a globetrotter, that Rob. Vandal, I think we'll keep around because this, with the triple Tome Raider and the Unexplained Vision, and I thought we had a well. I guess we didn't take a well. I think there's enough going on to run the Vandal, is what I'm saying, though. You want to cut the other Merfolk? Maybe. If not that, what? Corridor Monitor is blocking a little better than the Merfolk, I think, but not much. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to kill and what you're trying to survive. Eagle wants to cut the Monitor. I think we cut the Monitor or the Merfolk. I'm not sure which. Merfolk threatens better trading, but Monitor threatens better bouncing. Well, Scavenger activates on art enchantments as well, and we have 2 So Tiny and a Charmed Sleep along with Lucky Clover and Cauldron. So we have, even without the Monitor, we have 5 things that make that happen. But doesn't hurt to have 6. Maybe that's a tiebreaker here. Oh yeah, 6 in the Gargoyle. So there's 7 with the Monitor. I think that's plenty. We still need one more cut from here. There was a suggestion of one of these Tome Raiders, them being kind of whatever, just kind of cycling. Hurts our Fairy Vandal a little bit to cut one of those, though. Like, we could just run 3 of these and cut the Vandal in that case. But I still think we just need to get 1 extra draw, and then we're pretty happy with this 2/3 flyer. That's decent defender in the air. What do you think of that? I kind of like Regency Bias as a name for a deck in the future that has some sort of legendary king or queen in it. Hannah says, I think I recall an episode of LR where I said, that rare drafting isn't akin to dropping the best card from that pack. It's more akin to replacing the 23rd or 24th card in the pile. Yeah, it's not that you have to, it's not that the card that you would have taken over the rare becomes a Queen of Spades in your deck and you draw it and you go, I drew that stupid Queen of Spades. Like, no, you draw your 24th card instead, which still has some game value, you know? I have packs I haven't opened because I'm kind of in an ideal, like, if you're trying to 4X, you can save your packs and then you get some in the draft and then you open these later and fill out the holes. Really, all I'm doing by not opening my packs is trying to get to 10 of them so that I can do the 10X open. But you can open your packs as you go and that's fine. It's not a big deal for us here is the bottom line. Yeah, Robert, if you want this Tomb Raider back, you got to tell me what we're cutting. That's the big problem. Apprentice. I think the Apprentice is worse than Raider. This does help with the mill a little bit. Let's start here. Let's get on with it. What do we call this? It's mono blue. Maybe that's too obvious. We'll start here anyway. I went down to 16. Didn't see doing that. Do we want to be at 16? It's probably okay. We just don't have that much card flow. It's not like we're drawing. We have Unexplained Vision, but let's try 16. I think with monocolored, you really can just get away with shaving a land because you don't need the high quantity of every color. Yeah, I talked about it, but I wasn't sure we wanted to without more card drawing than this, but let's try it. Let's start with this, and we'll come back and revisit the Raider question. Looks like a fine start. And Oppo is mold to give us a little extra boost. Sorry, Oppo. So it begins. They're like, sorry, we're going to beat you down with cookies before you can get there. What do we see in here? Looks mono reddish so far. There's a drawback of the Brute. It's like, yes, it gets in unblockable, but if you want to do that early, you really have to affect your initial board building because you're using mana to make a Ginger Brute unblockable. We would like to use Runaway Together on our Secret Keeper and something more expensive than a Ginger Brute, ideally. And we should be careful with our Didn't Say Please. Make sure we're getting something that is really affecting the game. It's tough all over to stream, let me tell you. Thanks, Robert. Well, if they don't show us another land, and then I think we're doing great. Okay, they got the land, and they are 2-color, and the Rimrock Knight shows up. Interesting. I think we let that happen. We got a 0-4 to block it. And here we can drop this Cauldron and still have Didn't Say Please and Run Away together. And we can activate the Cauldron if we want. I think they were worried, quite appropriately, that if we had something to disrupt the Boulder Rush, we would disrupt it and they would lose the Rimrock Knight as well. No, I think it made total sense. Yeah, they're just trying to avoid blowouts, which we should all be doing. We would love for them to try to do something to make this Rimrock Knight happen. And now we're going to run away together with... And we're going to do the Rimrock Knight. And then we have Didn't Say Please on the... If they try to attempt the Boulder Rush. Yeah, we could counter it, but I like doing that. It's a great... whenever we can use Runaway together to actually like to 1-for-1 one of their removal spells and get all of our stuff back, that's too good to pass up. Also, we had Cauldron up, keep in mind. Like, the reason they didn't maybe try the old make the Brute big is because we actually had an onboard trick that would have stopped it. We're going to wait on Sir Eleonora and keep our Didn't Say Please up here after milling them some more. We're up against black, so we can expect Forever Young to try and thwart our plans here at some point. Let's keep that in mind. There are 21 cards in library, so we need a little more help before we're out of the woods or anything. We're going to let him have this again. Just can't see bothering to counter a thing that our 0-4 already stops. Fairy Vandal, come on down. Oh yeah, Vandal has Flash, sorry. Needless. I haven't played this much, so totally spaced on that. Trebuchet is a little more concerning, but we can still take it out with the Cauldron, so I'm going to let it happen. We might literally be racing a Ginger Brute's 20 turn clock here. Interesting. Offering a trade for the Vandal, which you might just take. I mean... We're not really trying to win by damage, and... We get the Vandal, and we get we can get the Trebuchet, and then we're just dealing with the Brute. run through it. I'm not expecting to win by damage, though, so I'm going to take this trade. And this one. We have two So Tinies and a Charmed Sleep to eventually take out this Ginger Brute. And I'm content to hide behind two Didn't Say Please rather than the Eleonora. If we play Eleonora, we're definitely going shields down, which I don't think makes any sense here. It's great right now. They are out carding us, assuming they continue to dump relevant spells, and even if we counter them, eventually they're going to have more spells than we have counters. Also blanks the Secret Keeper, but I think we can counter this. We have another one. Maybe I was just supposed to let that go too, but I didn't want to give him Rummage. Yeah, loot is fine, but it might loot them to the stuff that helps them turn the corner. We're now one land away from being able to Eleanor with Didn't Say Please, so I'm going to hold on for that. Yeah, looting was probably okay to let them do. I don't know. Maybe I was just not being patient enough with my control elements there. Barrow Witches is now probably going to have to be countered because they have, well, they have some knights. They can get back this knight, so we can't let that happen. So maybe I shouldn't have used the counter before because now we're out of counters. Down to 12 cards, though. That's pretty good, and we'll Eleonora here. Ah, keep some secrets too. All right. They could still Forever Young their way back into this now, especially with our counters down. So don't count your milling before they're out of cards. We haven't milled one, no. Unfortunately. Yeah, I was pretty impatient, Rocky. You're right. Magic's hard. It can be so hard to be patient with your counters, though, right? It's just like... Hopefully it doesn't cost us, but, you know, if Oppo resolves Forever Young... Now, of course, if we didn't counter it, it changes everything in terms of what is drawn and everything, but there you go. So that hurt, but at 17, I think we're still okay. But there you go. That's Rocky's criticism coming home to roost. We should have saved our counter spell for that. If we lose this one, I just got to put it right on me. Do they have to show us what order they put it in? Didn't realize that. let's start here. And then here. I guess maybe we will damage them for the win. All right, new plan. We're going to hold that land for future loots from the dragon and drop this gargoyle. Gargoyle ain't blocking, but it can attack. We need 4 in hand to block, and they need 7 in yard to attack, and we've got the attack. Yeah, we can also still try and mill them out, but I think we're in a position to win the damage race now. Although Trebuchet plus Torbrand is pretty brutal. It's gonna be close. And the Trebuchet gets haste because of the drawbridge. Wouldn't mind some mill now to shave that off the top. I guess we have it here. We're gonna have to decide whether we want to do it, which way we want to do it. Well, this is a night coming. And we would get them to this night, but that's... Yeah, I don't care about the bargain at all. They should use that here. Surprised they use bargain to get a Secret Keeper dead. Let's see. So... 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. If we just attack with all of these, we put them on a 1-turn clock after. Oh, well then, we're not dead though, Rocky, right? Why are we dead? Think Sir Karaz too much, huh? You guys think you also think we're dead because of Kara on top? I mean, Vantress Gargoyle has an activated ability. How about this? Are we dead? Are we still dead? If we're still dead, then we're dead, but... Let's attack. The reach is whatever. We're not going to attack with the Raider, but let's loot. Yeah. Didn't matter. All right, well, I'm going to put this one on me. I used a didn't say please on a not vital target, and if we had just countered the Forever Young, we would totally have this game. Wish there was a way to pile on enough to try and kill the fell. I'm gonna make him see it though. Oh, oh, does it do it for itself? Oh, does it for itself. I was thinking it was only a 2. We were dead anyway. I wasn't paying attention because I had already given up the game. All right. Well, a wound to my pride on that 0-1. I don't mind losing, but I hate it when it's because I screwed up. You know, it's classic. I think Ben Stark wins that one, you know. I mean, I think if you're literally going to start an exclamation point punt thing at this point, you're too late. But do I think that it was a mistake to counter that spell? Yes. We'll keep this. Well, we did see it immediately. I mean, somebody called out that they thought it was loose, and I was like, yeah, it was. So, I mean, I don't know. Again, you can decide what's the difference between a 2020 hindsight mistake versus a known mistake. I mean, I think it was a known. I think it was seen right away by at least part of chat that that was not what we wanted to do with our counter magic. Yeah, punt's a funny thing. It's like debating strictly better or whatever. It's like, I'm not sure what the value is here, but yes, we can debate it. When the real value is understanding, you know, strategic lines and how to get better at them in this format. I think we can go ahead and tiny this. There's no sense taking a bunch of damage from this. We have Charm Sleep, Tome Raider, taking 3. I mean, we're going to still take 1. I'm going to do it. We don't have a good defense yet, so we need to do something else. Okay, now we have a good defense. But we can even take a turn. I guess we don't get much out of not playing this now. Let's do this. Hannah, let's talk between matches about it, but basically... Okay, we're probably going to have to charm that thing to sleep, because it can attack through our big defender. And I only want to play this Charm Sleep, or else we lose the defense. So I'm going to charm the Witch Stalker here. Let's go ahead and mill, and then we'll get it back with Runaway together. Boo, I wanted that in my hand. We only got 3 of these, so they're actually pretty important to find and cast. So that we can run away together those. But let's see. Let's just go ahead and send back Rosethorn and Vantress Gargoyle and recast the Gargoyle. Although we will not have blockability, but they won't have anything to attack with this turn anyway. Yeah, I'm going to be careful about land play, and instead we're just going to run out the Tome Raider and stay at 4 for blocking. Well, that's what we call a flood, folks. Fortunately, we didn't actually want to reduce our hand below 4 anyway, but not the best. We'd like some options there. I'll trade Raider for Raider. Maybe I should save this for possible, didn't save, for possible run away together, I suppose. But we're trying to prevent damage. If they solve the Gargoyle, and there's the runaway together that could have worked with it, but we'll do this. And do we want to play out land? We have, I think we want to play out one more land at least, since we can still block here. Yeah, we might just win with damage here eventually. And if they want to do that, they're just kind of re-unlocking their stuff. The weakness of the enchantment removal plan against blue is they all get free runaway togethers too. Gonna save it again. Could send this back. Maybe we don't care about the food and we actually care about holding back this Witch Stalker for another turn. At 5, we're not attacking them with this yet. I'm not sure we're playing the lock, that's the thing. But yeah, I think we should. We might need to go the other way with this one. And there's not much to worry about on the block. You know, they can attack for 2 here, it's fine. And we can start converting these islands to something else with our own attacks. Yeah, you get that one. All right. Well, we can play Eleonora and still be able to block with the Gargoyle, so let's do that. play the Cauldron, but then we would not be able to block, and it doesn't take out the most important thing, which is the Witch Stalker, so we're going to just end the turn here. Try and trade Eleonora for the Witch Stalker. Scavengers. Well, I got plenty of sources to bounce. Let's see what they want to choose. Probably the Gargoyle. It's the least problematic. Yeah, they can bounce Eleonora and kind of force us to decide on this Witch Stalker, but I might just be down... Ah, Transformation, I see. So if we tap for the mill, we have a tapped 3/3. And we're not going to block with a tapped 3/3 or an untapped 3/3, so we might as well do this. Unexplained Vision. Well, we can now, it's like, dump our hand more because we're not trying to do something with that Gargoyle. And let's see, with 6 mana, we could reserve 4 for this. We could do this. We could Eleonora, though, and she threatens again to trade with this stuff. I guess we start with an attack and loot away a land. We're way behind on deck damage. I think I just like Eleonora threatening to trade straight up with both of these. I don't know. If we play the Cauldron, then Eleonora doesn't threaten to trade with the Scavengers, so I'm going to leave all this. Three lands are still left in the deck. We got a Moonlit Scavengers, 2 Didn't Say Please, a Runaway Together, a Fairy Vandal, a Corridor Monitor, a Lucky Clover, 1 So Tiny, an Overwhelmed Apprentice, and 2 Merfolk Secret Keepers. Honestly, it doesn't seem like a lineup of cards that's really going to get us there, but we'll see. And do we have to chump here? I actually think we don't chump here, and we have to find a way to set up enough of a defense next turn. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unfortunately, we can't Eleonora and Cauldron with activation. Can they pump? And what would they pump? I mean, if a combat trick kills us, we're not beating a combat trick, though, right? I mean, what I'm talking about here is setting up blocks for next turn that let us survive. And if they have a combat trick, that plan doesn't work anyway, so we're not playing around combat tricks. We're just trying to decide if we're better off going to 2 and trying to set up blocks than chumping some damage. And I think we just have to say no blocks here and try and set up some damage. If they have pump, we lose the game, but I don't think we can play around it there. Overwhelmed Apprentice isn't bad because it gives us a cheap chump. But let's see what we can accomplish here. We might need to go Eleonora and... let's go Apprentice into Eleonora. We're just going to have to chump a bunch, though, and I don't think we can survive after all this chumping. Is that too late? If we take a Secret Keeper, we can cast it though. So yeah, actually we keep the Secret Keeper because we can get it down, but we'll do this. This gives us enough blockers to not die. And now with 5 blockers, we can potentially do some double blocks to actually kill something. And that's pretty important. So we can put Eleonora on the Witch Stalker. We can put Gargoyle and Dragon on the Scavengers, and we can put Apprentice and Secret Keeper on the other 2, and we don't die. How are we doing on deck damage now? 10 to our 12. So we got ahead on deck damage. Ooh, that's brutal. Now, can't believe they took that long to make that play, because now we're in kind of desperation mode. We go, oh, they only attacked with 2, though. I would have just sent everything. We're at 2 life. So we got to pile on enough to try and get a block in there, and then we're going to have to use up the Secret Keeper because of the trample. Or I guess we could swap that. What if we did it this way? We can just chump here and actually try and trade for the Trampler. This not untapping is pretty rough as well, but we do have Cauldron, which should be able to combine with whatever survives here to take out the Scavengers next. Well, I still would have had to put something on the Scavengers that was going to die, so I don't think that mattered. Your war, well, I don't think it mattered, war. Maybe I'm not thinking about it right, but I think it didn't matter. And with 8, what can we do? We can, I guess we just need the Scavengers, and that buys us some time. Oh, sure. Yeah. Almost screwed that up. And we have good blocks now. All right. Not the worst. That's pretty bad, though, huh? Guess we have to bounce here. When we can eat here, trade here, trade here. Maybe that's the line. Because something has got a chump. So let's just do this. Nine cards. All right, with 10 mana, we can actually do it all. Right? We get 5, 2, and 3. So we can do everything here. We just need to do it in the right order. We're going to start with Fairy Vandal. I know it has flash, but this doesn't, so we gotta do that first so we get that action here. And Secret Keeper Clover should be enough if we can just survive. Let's put another... Didn't say please, though. Which one do we want? This can go to the bottom. Oh yeah, do I just get him? We almost just get him. But we keep run away together and then we can finish him off. But so is didn't say please. Anyway, we're gonna keep it like this. They have 9, so we can do the Secret Keeper Clover and get him down to yeah, I think we just hold on to these and keep didn't say please up, and then we should be good. No need to... We shouldn't do this unless it's to win the game. And didn't say please into this does win the game, so I think we just have it, maybe? Hopefully? Well, it doesn't even matter. Like, now they have 8. This can't attack. I'm just going to let it resolve, even. I don't know what this might be, but this doesn't stop our plan, so it doesn't even matter. Really, we didn't say please to protect our own Clover. Wow, that was a good one. After kind of punting away the first game, it was nice to find lines to recover in that one. That's the opposite feeling. That made me feel like a decent Magic player. All right, let me take a quick bio break on the 1-1, and then we'll come back and keep plowing away on this. Hang tight, and I'll bring up the deck if there's if you think that we have learnings that might change what we want to run here, let me know, but we're looking at these as our options. Wow, we have no other... Yeah, this is it. Here, I can even just do this. And I will be right back. This looks like some suggestion to ditch the scavengers for a turtle to get some defensive speed going. And no, I shouldn't be muted. Am I still muted? My mic doesn't say I'm muted. Let me know if you can't hear me. Yeah, thank you. Oh, Razor was muted, yes. So, it's all right. Razor, no worries. Man, I like the bounce factor of the scavengers, though, and the 4 power was didn't hurt us there. And we could take... I'd be down for, like, minus Apprentice plus Turtle or Raider, but I don't see taking out scavengers. Yeah, you could do Monitor for Turtle. That's a way to go. But Turtle only gives 1 more point of toughness at 2 more mana. I don't think I actually like that. I'd rather have 1/4 on 2 than 1/5 on 4. I'm gonna keep. I'll make this swap. We'll try all 3 raiders, but I'm gonna leave the turtle out. I think we have that covered with monitor. Okay, so Hannah has a question that I want to get to. I'm gonna leave this view though, and we'll go here for a second. So Hannah Ramic View says, before we start the next game, what kind of win rate do you need to feasibly go optimal? 60% higher based on your gem drafting crafting strategy, 5 drafts a week? So you've hit on some different questions and angles on the whole going optimal versus going infinite versus just doing what you can as a free-to-play drafter on Arena. So the reason I named my stream and my kind of brand here Going Optimal is of course a play on the concept that really I heard first about Magic Online, which is going infinite. In Magic Online, there is no way to earn in-game currency through play. The only way to get in-game currency is to buy it. I mean, that's not true. I guess you can win if in Magic Online, you can win drafts and get in-game currency in the form of booster packs because boosters are actually used for entry. But the point is, there isn't a way in casual play. You can't earn resources in Magic Online without risking resources, is the way to put it. Arena allows you to earn resources without risking resources, and therefore that's why I flipped the idea of going infinite to going optimal, because we're all going infinite. If you never win a single game on Arena, I can't imagine why you'd stick with it. But if for some reason you were terrible at Magic, but love to draft and were sticking with it even though you didn't win at all, you would still be able to draft a couple of times a week for free. So that's what I mean by saying when it comes to Arena, we're all already going infinite. The question is, how do you go optimal? And what I mean by that is getting as many drafts a week as you can through maximizing your win percentage and maximizing your approach to extracting value from the system. So, Hannah, it's hard to say what you even are, what your target is. Like, what we're doing here is by going optimal, we're trying to increase our weekly draft rate. Now, I'm well above, so we're around here, we're drafting at about 62% win rate and doing our daily grinding and everything. And that's easily allowing us to draft 4.5 times a week. That's about average, I think. You can look at my spreadsheet and get the exact number of drafts that we've done over time. But I've done the math, and basically we're at between 4.5 and 5 drafts a week, but we have a $100 20K gem surplus. So clearly we could be drafting more. It seems like a win rate of 62% plus the techniques I employ is probably about 5.5 to 6 drafts a week if I streamed more or drafted more. And also, of course, that's a rough number because a loose number, given that traditional drafts cost twice as much to enter as ranked drafts. So if I really wanted to just up my draft per week count, I could focus on ranked and pay less to actually enter. But basically, I like to play, so it's very fluid. That's why it's very tough to say what going optimal is for you and what you can expect out of it. But the bottom line is, if you don't want to pay money and you want to draft as much as you can, you want to complete all your quests, you want to cycle your quests every day. We had a 750, so we didn't need to cycle today. But you want to cycle a quest every day, and you want to get at least 4 wins every day to get that gold. And it's all about maintaining your gold grind. And if you maintain your gold grind and do some judicious gem wildcard conversion and rare drafting, you're going to optimize your potential gem income, and that's going to optimize your drafts per week, which is what we're all trying to do. So what you can learn from me is what my numbers get us. So 62% plus my techniques, and it is well over 5 drafts a week is the bottom line. What you get out of it is going to depend on your win rate and your commitment to the daily grind to get all of the in-game resources that the designers are making available to you. That's all I wanted to say there. Raptor says, as another data point, I play 5x ranked a week until I have 4x rares of a set and then stop. I'm significantly weaker than Ryan, win rate about 55%. I started in RNA. I have 4x of all sets except GRN and ELD and have 17,770 gems stored. So there you go. And that's Raptor sticking to ranked. Do you ever play traditional Raptor, or are you 100% ranked? So there you go. You don't need 62%. You can take Raptor's approach and get there on a lower win percentage too. All right, we're going to keep this. Seems fine. The most annoying first turn play in the format, I think. All right, well, I'm going to remember Fairy Vandal as an instant this time. No need to play out the Keeper when we can Vandal into Raider. Actually get our aggro on here, maybe. Wouldn't mind another island here for this turn 4 dragon. Yes, Set of Words brings up grinding the gold queues in standard if you got the win rate there.
Invert the world to watch kings. Welcome to the feast.
So that's how it's going to be, huh? Well, let's make the Vandal bigger. And let's see if we can beat ourselves an Oko. I'm going to discard So Tiny. Maybe I can discard a Secret Keeper. I'm not sure how we're trying to win this. I think we ditch the So Tiny, though.
You're a tricksy one.
Now Oko is dead, even if they Elkify one of our creatures.
Gaze into my face and put on your true shape.
That's a good blocker, but Oko's still dead. So let's make that happen. Could even Visions first, but it's not going to change damage this turn because we're going after Oko. So yeah, they could have So Tiny. I mean, I'm not going to swing with the Raider, though. That just dies to the Spider and doesn't do much, even if they do have the So Tiny. If they have the So Tiny, Oko lives. Well, but what does that do? So let's say they have a So Tiny and we send in the Raider. What is that actually doing? I guess yeah, all right, we'll do it. Because then... it gets it, yeah, all right. We'll do it. But Oko was dead after all. I'm going to go ahead and keep some secrets here. Uh-oh, it's our least favorite dwarf. Sleazy. There's a so tiny, though. Let's go... Well, I can wait on the island, but we're probably going to vision into tiny. Hello. I don't want all this beautiful stuff. Let's see. But charming... The Griffin to sleep seems good. All this stuff seems good to me. Can even do it this way, and then we get both. I'm gonna do it like this. Oh, of course. Durr. We'll get him next turn, though. And I'm going to go ahead and secret keep here. Keep milling him as well. Double sleaze. Well, let's Raider. Increase the Vandal. And now, unless they draw extra, this is just going to get in. We don't need to sleep a sleaze to attack successfully this turn. So, and if for some reason they have something I'm not expecting, we have so tiny to protect. But now we'll go ahead and charm one of them. Yeah, we could also charm the spider, although that's even less of a threat. Like, maybe we don't need to worry about any of this unless they're going to try to get aggro on us, but we should use our mana though. So I'll go ahead and charm one of these. So let's see, we can get this up to 6, and if they draw, they don't do anything, they might try and trade. Yeah, I think what's going to happen here is they're going to draw on their turn to try and trade the Griffin for the Vandal, and we're going to so tiny in response to make that not work. So we're just going to untap here. We're a little bit telegraphed on the so tiny, but I still think it's fine, and let's get that extra point of power and toughness here, though. Although that even puts it out of range. They might just be in... We'll see what they do is the bottom line. Let's see what they do. And with that, they might just be on the verge of dead. And could send the Raider, but nah, that's not right. Kill this first and foremost. Right now, that's not enough. I don't think... Not sure what they can do that makes it enough. Oh, let's see. Maybe they do have enough. Okay, great. It does work out. I'm glad they had enough to threaten this, because now we get to break their heart. Now we don't even need to run away the spider. We're just going to shrink down the Griffin and munch it up. Yeah, they're done with that. Yeah, I could have so tiny the spider too. That's fine. Yeah, that's a good point. Either way works. Yeah, spider would be a little better. You're right. Small punt. Small punt. Didn't think it mattered, but it did. My heuristical instincts were to so tiny the biggest thing they had, of course, which is what I fell for in that little punt. I've seen some good mono green too. Not amazing, and we're on the draw. Sorry, on the play. But we are one land away from Didn't Say Pleases, and we get the gargoyle no matter what, so we're going to keep. Hope for some land. Hey, Tron. Oh, it's Siggy. Awesome. Let's see if we can beat Siggy. That'd be cool. He's all right. So we could keep a Didn't Say Please up. But I really want to find our fourth land for the Lock Dragon. We may go aggro here. I'm going to drop shields and go ahead and Raider. Mike Sigrist is Siggy. Mike is a... I'm not sure what labels to put on him. He's definitely a Pro Tour level player, but they don't even call it that anymore. I don't know. He's a kick-ass Magic player. There you go. Last year's MPL champ. Oh, Clover. But we did find our way to an island, which was something we wanted to do, so that's cool. We're gonna... I guess Raider first. But maybe we don't want to ditch any of these. What if we keep her and keep up a Didn't Say Please here instead? Somewhat telegraphs. We could also... actually, I'm going to play the Secret Keeper and we'll use Runaway together potentially here. It puts us shields down on Didn't Say Please, but we can... I like having the Runaway together ready. Oh yeah, Robert. We're holding on to these Didn't Say Pleases. It's certainly something to be worried about. Forever Youngs. We don't know how many he has. I once had a blue-black deck in which we just literally never saw a Forever Young. And that's how it goes sometimes. But we just don't know. But it's likely. Yeah, absolutely likely. I don't see the need to run away together here. Tempting Witch. A little more tempting. Let's do this. Ugh, Secret Keeper. It happens. When you self-mill, that's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and do this now though. And send back the bell. And now maybe the Lock Dragon. Maybe we just don't even want to worry about the Lock Dragon for right now. They're at 7 though. We can start attacking, so maybe we do. Should we get aggro with this plan? I'm going to start attacking. Yeah, I'm going to Dragon and pitch Island and go for it in the air. Pie baked. All right. Well, we still have attacks in the air. Let's do that. And I'm still going to pitch lands. Yeah, I think we want Didn't Say Please from here, and then we probably get pretty good in on damage, although, of course, we have 9 life to overcome here. Yeah, let's play Cauldron and pass. I like that. All right, they're not doing anything. I say they, even though we know it's Siggy now. He's not doing anything. We're not going to do anything. We're going to take our turn. Keep crashing in. Or make them do something. Make him do something. Yeah, that we're going to have to Didn't Say Please. It also gets rid of the rider side of that. Looks like he's probably holding up Didn't Say Please of his own, though. Yeah. It's like he's good or something. It doesn't seem fair. So now we're a little bit more on the mill plan, honestly. Let's see, he's at 19 cards to our 19. We don't have any more looting. Let's just go secret keeping. Look at his patience, though. You want to see pro-level patience. I assume Mike has had Rider for a while and has just refused to play it into our 3 open mana until he had the 3 open mana of his own to protect it. That's the kind of discipline pros have. Don't worry about your life total. Yeah, we're beating him down, but he has a plan to completely stall it all out, right? And Raider doesn't do anything, really. Like, nothing. Except it does help. It allows, like, we can play Corridor Monitor and then actually threaten to trade with the Bell. That's worth it. We'll just do that. We can attack once, though. And then untap it with the Monitor. So I like trying to take out the bell here, and then we have Cauldron potentially for the Rider, but let's start here. I guess I should have put Secret Keeper on the Witch. That was silly. Don't give Mike Sigrist free damage. Yeah, now we got to counter that. Although, if we just let that happen, is it that bad? I guess the bell lives. Yeah. We can Cauldron the bell, but I really want that Rider dead, not the bell dead. I guess the bell is a little bit more scary. We still get the Monitor, and the Monitor plus Secret Keeper can block the bell forever, actually. So I'm going to go for the Rider. Life total might matter, though. There's a couple of ways we can win this, and damage is one of them. They are at 6. Mike is at 6. I mean, he's got a healthy virtual, but it still could come to damage. All right, we got a Didn't Say Please, and it's so tiny. Mike is at 14 cards. This is going to be 13, 12, 11. And we have one more Secret Keeper, and of course, Run Away Together. We have one left of that. Wasn't going to counter the well. We're really looking for countering the Forever Young. Just going to block all day like that. Hopefully Mike goes for the Well Crack and the Griffin Pump. Nope. I feel like we gotta tiny up the Griffin, though. It's gonna be a big damage source. He's cognizant of deck damage, but also cognizant of finding spells to win a game with. Sometimes you gotta damage your deck to find your answers, you know? We get to cast Tome Raider and still have Didn't Say Please up. That's nice. I'm gonna sandbag that land, though, right now. Raider and Monitor once again threaten to actually 1-for-1 for the bell as well. We'll see if Siggy decides to send her in or not, and what that might mean. Well, if they Reaper, we can Didn't Say Please, but... $10 cards to our 15, so we're ahead on deck now. Queen of Ice. Well, yeah. We don't untap. I think we just have to let that resolve, though. It's not fine. It's not fine. It's damage. It's real damage. We're going to take 3 here. Worst draw on the deck, absolutely worst draw in the deck. Gonna leave them both in hand though. It's really tough beating oppos who kind of don't make mistakes. But we're going to do our best. And I feel like we have to trade off with this Swordmaster, and that means either taking 5 or letting the Secret Keeper lock down by only taking 3. But if effectively it just allows this to go, although we untap the monitor, so I'm going to play to prevent damage here. Maybe we'll draw a runaway together and we'll get the Secret Keeper back anyway, which is kind of what we want. But I don't think we can take, with 3 food and the Witch putting us at a virtual, 4, it's awfully tough to take that damage. All right, Eleonora, you're all right. Although now my sandbagging of lands hurts us because we have to go shields down on Didn't Say Please, but we really just have to do this. Unfortunate. If I'd played out my lands, we'd even have the Didn't Say Please up, but we got to do this. I think that's it, folks. Losing to a future Hall of Famer is no shame, but man, you love to get those wins when you can. So what it reminds me of being an R&D is like, it's like you get to play a lot of Magic, but it's constantly against some of the best players in the world. So it can be pretty brutal on your ego. Eight cards, though. Let's see. We might have some weird outs. Scavengers gets to bounce the Witch. And the Fruit win. GG, Mike. You're a tough guy to beat. Well, that doesn't seem fair to have to fight your way through Mike Sigrist to get your wins on Arena. But hopefully we don't match up again. Yeah, I think we made like one minor punt in there. I think I let the Witch get through for damage once when I shouldn't have, but beyond that, I was happy with how he played. I think all pros are just super lucky too. They just have better luck than all of us, That's why he beat us. Luck. I kid, of course. I'm gonna run this out. GG, Cincy. That was, it was rough. I had him very concerned. I guess there's something to be said for that. Had to make him have it. Yeah, I mean, what's the other alternative there? Yeah, it doesn't help. That doesn't help my cause that Mike is obviously whitelisted too. I'm gonna go ahead and block. Honestly, if they want to use the cauldron on our monitor, that's fine. Paladin, I think we'll just tiny up. We have a lot of removal here, so I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to put a tiny on it. Maybe even don't need to do that yet. Let's see. Next turn we can have didn't say please and still do a tiny, so I'm not even going to do it now. And with no millers to double here, we're going to save the clover as well and just pass here. I'm gonna do it. Chalice is this weekend, yes, Sunday. Nick, are you still around? Ob Nicholas in the house? Still, I got this Chalice stuff going on this weekend, but I'm gonna try and make it Saturday. I'm a high maybe. Bognaughty is something we're going to counter here. Problem, like we have this quote removal, but neither of this stops the food chucking, which maybe doesn't even matter against our deck. Like we don't care too much about having 3/3s being thrown around. But that card is so good, I'm inclined to do the please here. You agree with it? Like, I know we've been hurt by not holding this against black and the Spectre of Forever Young, but Bognaughty is serious business. I'm gonna do it. We'll find one of our other didn't say pleases, right? And I guess we'll clover now. Sir Conrad, similarly rough. If we can just find one of our Secret Keepers, we should start doing some serious work here. Secret Keeper, ho! Not quite. Well, still think we gotta lock him down. You like bouncing Conrad a couple times? really hoping to save this for, because if we draw one Secret Keeper, even just one, we get we mill 16. One Secret Keeper mills 16. So I'm kind of playing to that. You're missing it, Queen. So we play the Secret Keeper's adventure. It doubles. We run away together the resulting Secret Keeper back to our hand and do it again for double. No Secret Keeper, but we can throw this down. That's a threat. You can't do anything this turn. You can't block or attack at this point, but we'll hopefully get there. We're going to have to start self-milling and risk milling our own Secret Keepers, but, yeah, you know, it's the same mental thing where you got to get over it. We're just as likely to be milling ourselves to our Secret Keepers than mill our Secret Keepers. Hopefully this will just freak them out and they'll try and spend removal on it or something, and... We have 3, Queen. We have 3 lurking in the deck somewhere. We have 3 runaway togethers as well. So ideally, you get one Secret Keeper going, and then suddenly you have 6 instead of 3. 1 Lucky Clover, though. That's all there. Close to attacking numbers in their graveyard. Gargoyle's great, Queen. Man, this card's a pain in the butt to beat. You had to do a little work. It's not just instantly good in all spots, but I like it a lot. So it begins. Let's see what happens. All right, none of our keepers at least. All right, didn't say please. Not the worst here. Get to stop whatever they're doing. No attacks here. We do get to block now. So I like this board position okay. 19 to 21. We're still ahead on library even after they kept secrets from us. Yeah, you get that. Not going to stop that. Yeah, it's a cute sound. Be his guest. Be his guest. Put his magic to the test. And, yeah, not doing anything here. Kind of like going shields down to look for a Secret Keeper here. Of course, if we do the Scry 3 and they have Conrad and we set it up that way, they're just going to mill anything we keep. Practically want to keep stuff on top for them to mill, with Conrad, that is. Maybe I need to show Sigrist-like patience here and not play the Vision, but I kind of want to find some land and actually turn on the rest of our hand. Conrad is not a tap ability. Don't even want to hover over Conrad and show Oppo that we're thinking about him. I'm going to do it. Take a turn off. All right, there we got a Keeper, and I like going Cauldron on top, leave the Tome Raider, leave them all, and then maybe the run away together makes it to our hand. Didn't get any land. That's kind of weird. I mean, not weird. It's just chance. We're going to stay back on D here now that we have a pretty good line on milling for 16. Just need to survive, really, a turn without Forever Young, and then I really like our chances. Right now they have 1, 2. Only 2. So even a Forever Young isn't that bad. You're good call. I was kind of unnecessarily paranoid there. Even a Forever Young isn't too bad for us right now. But they know we, quote, like the top of our library, which is why we kept it there. Kind of to make them decide on whether they're going to Conrad away or Scry to the tops. Interesting. We can obviously block. What do you think this means from Oppo? There's not like flash, death touch. I guess there's that knight. This, if we block there, they could flash, death touch the knight. Yeah, we can just... Oh yeah, they're just trying to get it with the Cauldron. Good call. Ryan musing about what the onboard trick is. Jeez. It's just the Cauldron. We're going to take it. All right, they did have the Forever Young, and it is not that big a deal. Let's see what they do. They're going to put that up top. They're going to do us some deck damage here, but we got some pretty good deck damage coming.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you for the sub. And we want to, I guess, we want to, they just chose not to mill us. So yeah, let's do this. That's fine. Yeah, it's possible we get wrecked hard by Conrad here, but we can bounce Conrad as part of our plan. But we need to get the Secret Keeper out first. So we're going to take a lot of damage here, potentially, but then try to kind of just mill him out. We should just have the complete mill out here anyway. Nice. No creatures there. Wow, only one creature out of 8. That's nice. Let's just try to get this right now. They kept their mana, you know, they didn't do Secret Keeper or Fairy, so I'm a little worried here. I'm not sure what, but I'm worried that they left this mana up. Yeah, it could be the blue uncommon counter, I guess. But if it is, they're slow rolling us, because obviously you snap that off. Maybe not. Maybe you just try and counter this. But we're going for the win, folks. Boom. Dirty. Yeah, that's the static noise from something. Yeah, some stuff on the stack gets that staticky noise. All right. Bounce back from the loss to Siggy. Get to even minimum on wins. And jump right back in. Yeah, keepable. A little slow out of the gate, but keepable. Yeah, Clover plus Reaper of Night is a disgusting way to win a game of Magic. I guess they would take... I would take the Vision. That's gonna reload us the most. But maybe they take Sir Eleonora. A lesser reload, but an actual threat. Huh. Really odd choice to me. They took a Raider. And we had another one. Like, if it was our only 3-drop, I might see doing it, but I'm really surprised they took a second copy of Raider over one of our more powerful 5s. Ah, that's why. All explained now, huh? No, not a punt, because they knew they had Covetous Urge and we didn't. Still, I think I would have pitched the other one and stolen the first one, you know? And this is, I think, the best card that, you know, they still didn't take the best card available. I'm going to start with Raider, see what we draw, and then mill him. Yeah, second Covetous would be amazing. I would just tip all my caps if we see a second Covetous from here. And the thing about taking our creature, too, is that we're full of runaway togethers, so we can get Eleonora back eventually. I don't mind that that was their whole turn. Cauldron, not super useful to us now. Let's Dragon it. And, yeah, we could Vision now, I suppose. I guess that they're, yeah, with them tapped out, let's Vision. I kind of like the Dragon Cauldron, but Vision sets us up for future draws as well. Run away together to get back our Eleonora and more counter. That seems fine. We have one didn't say please in hand. We'll just do it like that. I kind of want to give him a chance to drop our creature. That's annoying. It kind of turns off our Lock Dragon. We have some So Tinies and other removal for that, though. Not on top, though. Not coming. We can leave Lock Dragon and the Tome Raiders back, though, and threaten to block Sleazy. Thanks for that follow. All right, 6 mana. I think we do want Lock Dragon and then have Runaway Together available. Pitch one of these islands. Actually, could play Secret Keeper and Cauldron here, and we know they have Eleonora. That's not a big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and run this out. We don't want to counter Eleonora. We can't anyway, and we don't want to necessarily run away together. Although if they go Eleonora, we could. When we run away together, I want to do Secret Keeper anyway, so that's why I'm going to do this, because I ultimately want to run away together as Secret Keeper. And I guess we're racing, and I'm going to send in one Raider, and then we'll threaten to double block the Griffin on the way back. And if they send in the Griffin, we'll absolutely take that trade. Raider plus Dragon. $22 to $21 on Library, but we're about to do some damage there. All right, they're making the offer. I don't see why we wouldn't take it. They only have the possibility of that black combat trick, and I guess they get us if they have that, but I just don't think they do. It'll be like the first time I've seen it played. I guess we ran it once because we needed to get through 4 toughness here and there, but not a great card, that black combat trick. With 7 mana, we can get our Eleanor back and play it, so I'm going to do that. Oh, I see. Yeah, it does require 4. We still get didn't say please, so we can't play it, but we get it back. Just going to do it while their shields are down. And honestly, well, they've got a drawbridge. Yeah, I'm going to attack. Just because I don't see us chumping the Raider with the Raider for any reason, even with the hasty drawbridge. If they cast something that's scary, we'll just didn't say please it. We have 2 now, so we can even, we have a second in case of Forever Young. Yeah, it does look like we're holding Cauldron activation, which we might even do. That's another way we can go here. But honestly, I think we just take this damage. We're going to have a Secret Keeper down soon enough that can just straight block the Merfolk. So I'm not going to use any removal, Cauldron, or otherwise on something that we can blank with a creature in 1 turn. Let's see, what do we want to do first? 7. I'm going to go Eleonora first. And because we have this so tiny, I'm just going to play out the lands and do Secret Keeper. And play it out. Eleonora is shrinking, but that's all right. I will attack with the Raider again. Doesn't seem like this attack matters, but also not really blocking either, so. All right, shields are down. They could have a big turn here. Let's see what they can manage. Yeah, if we count creatures, we see 1, 2. There's only 2 creatures in their graveyard anyway, at least. So even if they have Forever Young, it's not a very devastating one. 18 to their 14, so they're going to tie this up. We have a runaway together to increase our chances, and we still have all of our other Secret Keepers and the Clover somewhere in here in 14 cards. But between the 6 milling from here and another 4 from here, we already have 10 more to mill, so they're at a virtual 4 in terms of their deck damage. So we really only need 1 more Secret Keeper or Clover or whatever, and then we just kind of get there. Piper. Well, we may have to bounce that back and counter it if that seems like it'll get out of hand, but even that doesn't matter too much if we can find our final 4 milling soon enough here. All right, Oppo is put it all on the table, literally. Yeah, we can Cauldron Piper. Good call. Getting hasty. Ooh, you're gonna mill us? I'm cool with that. Just gonna let all of this happen, I think. Can't quite see ditching Eleonora. We could so tiny a Death Toucher. I think that makes some sense, actually. They got nothing else going on, so I'm gonna tiny a Death Toucher here. It's a little bit of damage, but we can even just actually go ahead and try and kill it now. Doesn't matter too much, but let's do it this way. Oh, there goes the Clover. Hey, but here goes our another Secret Keeper. So at 13, we're gonna do this. Yeah, I'm not, but we're gonna counter any. We're not worried about. We're not worried about Forever Young. Yeah, what did we get from them? Yikes! Yeah, not bad, not bad. We could just run away to like 7, 6, 5, 4. We can even run away together, recast, and be good. With a didn't say please. We can also leave up 2 didn't say pleases. I think we're just gonna leave all this up here. We're not in a big hurry now. You want to run away now? I don't think we need to. Yeah, we can Cauldron, but I don't even care about the Swarm. Like, what does that do? Do we care if they spend mana on that? All right, it's fair that we don't need 2 didn't say please. So maybe just in case we can do this, but I don't think it's that important, actually. And if we're on didn't say please, let's just play our other Secret Keeper. Yeah, but they're going to be milled out before they have enough rats to start stealing stuff. I don't think the Piper was super important, but I don't think any of their creatures were, so might as well take the one that has the scariest potential. But frankly, there's an argument, you know, for just taking out the Knight. We're just going to offer this trade here. If they don't do anything, they lose, and if they do anything, they lose faster. 12 to 8. Yeah, that's a big no, sir. I mean, I guess we could even give them their Secret Keeper to tempt them into casting it. Doesn't matter, though. I think we just have this. Forever Young. And the Scoops. All right, we got above 500. That's nice. Jump right back in. I said hard stop at noon, but not actually noon. Let me... pinging my friend that I'm having lunch with. See if we're still on. Sometimes we're not. Your soul. We could play Gargoyle, but I'm going to start on Vandal. Gargoyle doesn't really do anything yet unless they haste something out. And again, I did this, has flash. I'll try to remember that. For some reason, I can't remember that Fairy Vandal has flash. Keep doing that. Now let's go with the Gargoyle. Sure. I'm not going to hold up didn't say please here. We could Corridor Monitor and still have Gargoyle blocking. We are close to being able to Visions, getting this Vandal going. Definitely sending in the Vandal. No reason not to do that. Just trying to decide if we're monitoring after or holding up didn't say. I guess we'll hold up didn't say. They're getting into the mana range. They could do something really gross with their 5 mana. So, and we're not protecting against Forever Youngs for once. Well, let's mill. Here we'll attack and play a Cauldron, I think. Keeps us didn't say please and starts giving us a plausible reason for our pausing too. Disguises any instance in hand for that. Their hand selecting their mana. Let's consider what that might mean. Probably just means that they actually don't have any white cards and are just trying to pretend that they do. And I still don't see a need to counter an Errant here with Charm, Sleep, and everything. I mean, we could counter this, but I don't see the need. All right, land is nice. Doesn't mean we even want to do any, like, I still think we might want to keep the didn't say. In fact, I think I am. I'm going to play Corridor Monitor and pass. We can attack with the Vandal first, though. Yeah, I guess we could have, we can mill instead. That's probably better. Let's do that. We're still more likely to win by milling here. Boo. But still blocking, so we can hang in here. Is it worthy? Paladin does not seem worthy to me, especially since it doesn't even get an extra point of toughness. You can have that. You can have that. So far, a bunch of stuff I don't care about. I mean, we could cauldron it so that we still have the monitor. Yeah, let's keep the monitor around in case they deal with one of these. The other one still blocks. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Maybe maybe we block and see if they've got a trick first. Let's do this. Huh, they just decided not to adamant. I've played it when necessary, but it's not a good card. Well, this could be a reverse blowout if we do this. But if Boulder Rush doesn't do anything, I'm gonna do this. I'm risking it. I don't know what they're up to. I'm confused. I'm gonna make them have it. Aha. Well, they still trade, and we'll get one more mill in. Now we could drop 6, and we could Charm, Sleep, and keep up Didn't Say Please. How much longer do we want to keep up Didn't Say Please? I think we maybe take a turn off from that, go Unexplained Vision here, and then we really get ourselves set up for the next several turns. We could also do Eleonora if we want to. Steven wants to sleep and hold. But I don't even like sleep because Corridor Monitor still blocks the Errant. I'm going to go with the Visions now. This is a tough spot, but I think this is a good spot for it. To put those on the bottom. Ended up with a lot of card draw there. Could still get there on damage in this one. Eleanor is going to make this a 3-4. Wonder what Oppo's got going on, because the all Ogre Errant deck doesn't seem 4-4-2 worthy to me, but you never know what exactly is going on. One thing, if we Eleanor now, we don't have Didn't Say Please up, and I'm more inclined, if this was the best move they had, we have Corridor Monitor. Can't block ogres next turn. Why can't we block them? Menace. Oh, gotcha. Sure. Well, we can Charm Sleep then, and we have So Tiny. We can also just bounce one. All right, Moonlight Scavengers, I think. Seems good here. If this is their big plan. Because we get Scavengers and we have So Tiny. That seems pretty good. Looks like my friend has responded. Ogre? I barely knew her. All right. Well, my friend had to cancel for lunch, so it doesn't matter if this goes past noon here. Now what are we doing? Let's see, with 8, we finally get to Eleonora and have Didn't Say Please, so we're going to do that. Make this Vandal big and maybe just win with damage here. Red cap, still not please-worthy. Just want to see something that actually stops Fairy Vandal from winning the game here. Might even attack down on the ground with these two, with So Tiny and Run Away Together and Charms. We can probably just... Yeah, I think we Charm Sleep and crash in. Let's throw this on one of these. Send literally everything here, even the monitor. They want to double block the monitor to kill it. I welcome that plan. Instead, they want to double block that to kill it, which is more expected. And let's see, what do we want dead? We're going to tiny one and kill the other. And I guess we tiny the Raging and kill the Errant. Yeah, we could Run Away Together. There's a lot of plans here. The double win, Robert. It's a classic. Damaging and milling them out on the same turn counts as 2 wins in my book. Well done. Yeah, if they have something here and we didn't say please it, Eleanor's damage drops. Okay, this is interesting. Maybe we actually just... Well, we can just let him bounce. The other thing we can do is didn't say please Eleonora. Kind of just like that at this point. And do that. They're tapped. They had a tapped down dude that did that. Partly because we recast Eleonora, draw a card, and the Fairy Vandal gets bigger. Partly because I don't think it. Maybe there was a 99%, and I only went for a 98.5 or whatever. If that was loose, it was only because I felt our victory was inevitable. Maybe I didn't think it all the way through for the 99.999, but I felt that was almost unlosable. It's not an excuse to get too loose. That's where a lot of losses happen, where you fail to protect against the 0.1% case or whatever, but that's certainly where that came from. Didn't really stop to think through that play entirely, just kind of did it. Also, if I Run Away Together there, I have to choose something of theirs to run away, and there was something under So Tiny and the something we were trying to kill. So that those of you looking for the Run Away Together play, though, what card of Oppos are you bouncing and why? Again, I don't think it really mattered, but All right, we get to start with a Lucky Clover. We don't have the Secret Keepers to make this powerful, but we get one Secret Keeper, and again, we have Runaway Together and Lucky Clover to make a single Secret Keeper a mill 16, so we're going to keep. Aggro Knights. Okay, let's do it. Do we need to sow Tiny? If they spend their turn pumping, I just might. Yeah, that card is not great. Ben Stark played it for $100,000 though, so there's that. It's actually playable in the Knights deck is what I'm getting at. All the one-drop Mardu Knights. I know. I'm just making a joke. The fact that Stark played it and constructed has no bearing on how good it is here. And let's see. The thing is, we're doing Clover next turn, and then we don't even, you know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. If they're going to spend their turn doing that, we're going to go ahead and Tiny it up. Did Ben come to regret his deck choice, or did he just think he ran bad? All right, ouch. Gonna admit that hurt. Although we keep seeing the Clover in the graveyard anyway. Charmed Sleep. How much damage do we need to prevent here? Because we're pretty far off from having anything in hand to stop damage. So if we don't Charm Sleep this now, then we're going to get hurt. But also if they come up with a nice 4-drop that we don't have Didn't Say Please for, we're going to hurt even more. So I'm going to go ahead and take 2 from the Shield Breaker here to have Didn't Say Please up. And there you go. I'm glad we did, because we're going to have to stop that. Mono red aggro from Oppo. All right, Tome Raider, not bad here. Threatens to trade straight up with the Shield Breaker. I love it. One land away from Scavengers doing work since the So Tiny triggers Scavenger. Oppo doing Searing Barrage on our Tome Raider is actually good for us. I mean, they're just trying to get us dead before we can stabilize, but that now we go ahead and just use Charm Sleep. And it's not great, but I think we find a land, we get to Scavengers, whatever they play. And if they're red capping for a bunch of, for activations here, that's still not bad for us. We really just want to land now for Scavengers. Although, is it a May? Let's see. So, shoot. Now we have it, and we got to use it. Do we send the Weaselback back? We have what we need. We have a Charm Sleep and a So Tiny, which both do the Scavengers. We do, Mavinap. We have 2. But if we don't do this, we're just taking another 5, and that's untenable. So we have to do this, and then the question is, what are we bouncing? We have a Cauldron, but really the Shield Breaker is less of a concern than the red cap right now. So I think we send Shield Breaker back. Although if we bounce the cap, they can't. Yeah, let's bounce the cap. It's tough, but we had to we couldn't even say no. We had to do something. This puts the cap off of attacking for a turn and gives us a chance to do runaway together stuff instead. All right, so tiny again. But we're gonna wait on this, let them invest a whole bunch of mana in, and then run away together. This is weird, though. Waiting on some of our action to thin their library. Now, we're very close to it being -6, yeah. And then it's pretty much a dead card. But here we make them pump twice to even threaten the scavengers, and then we can do the business. Thank you, Oppo. I was assuming you get to replay this turn, but instead you don't. It is a bad card on balance, but even bad cards have their moments to shine. Now we might have to tiny up the Rampart Smasher. What we really need is to get more stuff in their yard first. Yeah, I'll probably just bounce it first. Start there. If we get a land, if we flood out even more, at least we have scavengers plus runaway together in the same turn. I had visions, I was in them, I was looking into the mirror. Can we take this turn with the So Tiny available? Maybe not. I think we have to bounce and tiny here. They have 5 leftover mana while still being able to cast the Smasher. If they spend 2 of the 5 to pump, they get a 5/1 that we can tiny, and then they have to use their mana to... Yeah, we might just trade here. I think we're going to have to trade with this eventually. Wow, they're doing it again. Oh, I guess they found a land, so they have one more. Let's see if they're willing to do it now. And now the tiny doesn't even stop the trade anyway, so of course we're going to let this happen. Oh my god, Oppo, what are you doing? Oppo, I don't understand you, but thanks. Trample? It doesn't have trample. Well, they're going to find out that it doesn't. And wanted to visions. Okay, do we... Okay, what is our chance of land? We have 22. And we have 9 lands. We're drawing 3 times. 9 and 22 are land, almost half, and we're drawing 3 times. We could be greedy and vision to find the land that didn't say please, or we can just straight up didn't say please. It's like their last card, though. I guess since we have so tiny, we can justify it. Because we have tiny backup, I'll do it. Close. And now let's bottom our lands. Keep everything else. It's your, a comrade. Wow, they're going with that. Well, that can happen. I mean, if they just want to not play their dude to play, quote, play around our didn't say please, that's fine with us too. All right, starting to settle in here into a good spot. 17 to 18 on library. We're going to go ahead and mill them. We have 3 total mills. We're already milling them for 12 between the Runaway Together and the Secret Keeper. And the Gargoyle is good. I mean, we get so tiny at now, or Runaway, but we can just wait. I think they need kind of an Ember Cleavish type bomb. Even then we get to bounce stuff, so... Yeah, it's quite a run for us on the milling. They got to be frustrated. 11 lands and we just crush their spell count. Magic's easy. So easy. Have I ever said Magic is hard? I don't think so. Easy life, dirty life. It feels good to win Magic games, but I still don't like the strength of this archetype in the format, in the abstract, and especially under Arena bots. I don't remember ever saying it, Mama. I am in my late 40s, though, so I don't remember much. Well, we took our second loss to Sigrist way back here at like 2-2, but we've rattled off the wins since, and now we get to play the rubber match for all the marbles. Let's go. Nah, there's not going to be another draft after this one. We're over the noon mark, which is where I try to wrap up anyway. So it's kind of perfect timing to finish up this event here. and move on. I ain't kidding. I'll be 48 in April. So I'm halfway through my 48th year. 47. Nice. I'm not going to do the Keeper because we have Clover to double it up. Yeah, bot drafting of Innistrad. Then we all get spider spawning. Then they just program the bots to first pick spider spawning stuff every time, right? All right, this Clover landing here with double Keeper is big game. Big game indeed. I'm never going to remember that Vandal has Flash. Sorry. You flatter me. So we just get disgusting on him here? Mill 16? Sure. I mean, you don't have another land, but that's alright. Let's just mill 16. Maybe they'll just scoop to this. Well, sure glad we did it while we had it. But that is weird, right? Like, to get hit with this twice in the same event, it's kind of unusual. I mean, you don't see a ton of it. It's not uncommon, but you especially don't see the battle display side doing so much work. We're also not finding land, which is not great, but let's play out the Gargoyle. At least they didn't get that. And the Gargoyle blocks. It will keep up the milling, etc. All right, good. Get some land. Probably just want the didn't say please on some level. Although I think we can Raider here and feel okay about it. Oh yeah, we do get to untap it with the monitor if we just want to sit back on D. But if we do that now, we don't really get we don't get the blocking side anyway. So let's just Raider. I'll take it. I kind of like getting some land here. Looks like untapping for the blocking is going to actually be relevant. And I'm not going to even block with the Raider yet, given that we are going to have a 5/4 on defense soon, and we may, in some world, want to bounce that Raider with like a Runaway Together, although, of course, we intend to bounce these with Runaway Together. And if we do this to untap, we go shields down on Didn't Say. We could also just play out a Keeper and have Didn't Say up. And we're closing in on Scavengers for bounce as well. Yeah, we can't block if we play Monitor, and we can't block if we don't play Monitor. So that part doesn't... We're kind of setting up there. I guess we'll play a Secret Keeper and keep up Didn't Say Please, though. It's a little bit telegraphed to do one but not the other, but I say bring it up-o. Also, they're telegraphing. I mean, they could have played this, but they didn't, so they must be on something with something here. Wonder what they've got up their deck sleeve. The Thrill. You are all correct. Eight cards in library, though. Soon to be 5 if we counter anything they do here. Wow, kind of want to let him have that for the... Let him draw? We'll let him draw. You're really going for it. We could... You didn't say please that. The trouble is... We then set ourselves up to draw our 4th card, and we can't untap and block with a Gargoyle again. Oh, they're putting some real pressure on here. I'm gonna didn't say please this and go ahead and block, because we don't really have... No, if we let him... The trouble is if we let him have it, what are we doing next turn? We draw a card, we come up to 5 cards, we play the Monitor, untap the Gargoyle, and then all we have is Gargoyle and Monitor. And is that enough? Like, that's the real... When we have one rope to decide here, because basically if we don't counter this, we're committing our next turn to Monitor, untap Gargoyle, and calling that our turn. Is that going to win us this game? I'm going to counter this. We still have quite the road to, and now we should just go. Now, if we play land, we can go Scavengers next turn, and we're taking 4. I think we win this race because eventually we'll untap, like, because we can Monitor now and untap and hold land. Or not? I guess that's the question. We're definitely going to Monitor and untap, though. So I'm going to start there. And now the question is hold land to get to 4 next turn or play out lands ahead of Scavengers. And I think we just want to hold land, actually. We'll do this and try to start blocking with the Gargoyle. Three cards. Just need to survive a couple more turns. Maybe find something to mill them extra and end it right away. But we go to 14, 13, 12, 11. Then we can start blocking. Yeah, they're effectively at... That's a good point. They're effectively at 2 cards, because eventually the Gargoyle just strips their last card. We're just kind of waiting them out now with our plan. Except new plan. They don't have a counter up either, so let's just do it. We even have the 3 to pay if they did have the uncommon counterspell. Well, as it does all too often in this world, evil wins again. And this is why I rare draft too. You just get a lot of wins, including max wins, when you've rare drafted some gems. I just think it's the most... if you have a high win percentage, rare drafting becomes even more appealing because you're likely to just get there a lot of the time. We have gotten max win every draft this week. We're 3 for 3 on max winning this week. That's don't think is ever we've never started the week that way, and we are just crushing this format. I mean, sample size, but my goodness. Easy game until it's not. We'll go to Soapbox for a sec here. Check out our pack situation. We're at 6. We'll come back and we'll open those at 10. What is currently the worst color in Eldraine draft on Arena? Man, it might still be white, but it might be red. I still think the Sultai colors are where you want to be, largely, but I acknowledge that really it's in a much better place in that I will end up in any of the 5 colors and almost any pair. Is there anything we haven't done yet? I don't think I've actually done like green, blue. No, we're not drafting again today, Krauser. Sorry about that. But yeah, it might be red now. I've been having some luck, some success, I should say, not luck. I've been having some success with white decks in the right context and with the right signals from bots. Yeah. Yeah, Guide Mothers and Clovers coming around really helps White's strategy. That's true. White Black Knights is something we have max wind with. If you want to, again, here, maybe I'm gonna do a quick on-screen update of my spreadsheet to show what's going on there, and also to show a feature that I added thanks to one of our friendly viewers, Mike1976. So here we are on left monitor. This is my spreadsheet. This is how I go around. This is how I approach tracking my own wins and losses, because then I don't rely on Wizards of the Coast telling me how good I am. I get to just that. This was a 7-2. We did not pay gold, though. We paid $750 in gems. We got a $950 prize. We ground for 20. And copy this formula down to get our net. And the deck name, oh, I never changed the deck name, so it was Nucleosis. Is that how you spell? Oops. Put that on. When I put this on YouTube, eventually I'll put a link here. So like if you want to see my old events, or you want to see ads, anyway. I love Ed Norton. Totally going to see this. He's amazing. Anyway, the point is you can click on these links to actually see the events. You can click on an image, a deck name to see a deck. And then I want to show you what I added from Mike. So Mike gave me this results summary tab. Let's zoom in on it a little bit. So we can see that here's something that's interesting. Just from my spreadsheet, it looks like the free-to-play count is plus 15,000 on gems, yet we're over 20,000. 2,500 of that is from the welcome bundle we bought. We got 2,500 gems that we didn't record in the spreadsheet through buying the welcome bundle, but I'm honestly not sure where the other 2,500 is. It's probably missed gem grind, but I think I was tracking gem grind from the points at which they started offering it. I really don't know. Maybe I missed an event or something, but I don't know why our spreadsheet net on free-to-play is lower than what our actual free-to-play account has. But you can see that, like, relative to, you know, if you look at all, I'm overall in ranked draft a 61% player. GRN was really hard. I don't know. I felt good at GRN. I don't know why this is so low. But then over here in traditional, we're at 63%-ish. But then down here in Eldraine, we're at 67 on ranked and almost 67 again in traditional. So we're just way over typical win rate in Eldraine. Maybe that means we're great at Eldraine. Maybe it just is variance in sample size and we're just having a good run here. But the result is a super healthy gem total. Oh, and you can put in, so like we can put ELD in here and see that my win rate with white is highest, right? But that's because I only get into white when it's really telling me that we should. And red is not performing well. Sample size again, only 12 times if we had matches that ended with red cards in them. But I just think it's interesting that our far and away biggest winner is white, but black is our most played color. We've had look at all the reps that black has gotten. And we can see what things are costing us, you know, the nets here. So anyway, this is a cool little add-on from Mike. Pay no attention to the sealed. Oh my God. Why am I so much worse at sealed? It is interesting to me. I mean, this is a pretty significant, 28 events is a lot, and we're only winning 53.85. And it just says that we have some sort of, like, we must be drafting right. Or we're getting unlucky in our pools, but this is an interesting number to me. Why sealed is just such a train wreck for us on win percentage relative to what we're doing in the other formats. Anyway, nice add-on from Mike that helps me look at the data I have a little better. And if you want to go to this spreadsheet, you can make a copy of it yourself and put in your own data and have similar help. Also, it's worth noting, people have observed that the untapped GG profile is pretty good as well. We can take a look at that together before I head out. So if you use untapped GG, so it lets me select between my different accounts. So this is when I'm a VIP doing the preview stream. I logged into Jay's account once because he had the cards and I didn't. But then this is our paid account. This is our free-to-play 2 account that I don't play that much. But this is the main one. And we can look at... there's all sorts of interesting stats. So this is my constructed. This data means nothing to me. Like, I scoop so much in my matches, both early and like, oh, my kid's home, I'm going to scoop and go. So like, my constructed statistics mean almost nothing, but I just wanted to show off the interface that they have here. It's pretty interesting. You can see what, I'm not sure what this is, maybe just most played cards or something. But if we go to where I do care and go to limited, we can take a look at the limited page as well. So there's our ladder performance here. Like, look at how much we're climbing so much faster with our hot streak in Eldraine. It's only showing current and previous. I don't know how to show all. Like, it'd be neat if it could just show all, but we can just do current season 2. See what's going on in Eldraine. My win rate is dragged down. Oh, no, this is showing 67, so this must not include sealed. Or maybe our win rate is so high that this does include sealed. I don't think so, though. I think there was a separate place for that. Oh, yeah, because we have ranked and traditional, so it's all how you want to carve it up. I wonder if it shows draft. Like, let's see if it records the draft for us somehow. But it even shows you what your main deck and sideboard changes were. So it doesn't give us the blow-by-blow. MTGA Tracker can give you a blow-by-blow in some games. Anyway, just thought I'd show you some, here's my home-rolled tool for looking at data, but you can use untapped.gg to look at some data compiled for you. Maybe you're behind, maybe you'd love to see this data, but you just haven't been tracking it. Well, untapped.gg can dig into your system and track it for you. So you can look up that info even if you haven't been tracking it. Anyway, I'll come back to Soapbox, see if anybody's got some final questions or comments before I head out. Have you played Esper Stacks on Constructed? No, I might even have it in the decks, though. Like, I loaded it at one point. Yeah, see, I was curious what the deck was all about, so I brought it in, but actually we're close to being able to play it now, huh? Nice. This is cool. We're getting our Eldraine card collection up high enough that we're starting to just have the stuff in these decks. I don't think I'm going to bother making this dance, though, right now. How many drafts do you typically do in a set before collecting all rares? It tends to happen towards the end of the format, so kind of most of the drafts in our format before we're 4X. Yeah, we'll keep this in mind, though. Maybe I'll start messing around with it in my offline grinding, since that's now a deck I almost have complete. Yeah, I think I've played against it a bit in my grinding, so it looks pretty good. Raptors suggest 35 to 40 drafts, and for you that's 100% ranked, right? 35 to 40 ranked drafts, because you get more cards, you get more collection building out of traditional. But you get twice as many actual drafts playing ranked, so there's that. All right, I think that's enough. I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube right now. Thanks for hanging out, YouTubers, and we'll see you next draft. Take care.